Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tom McCardell from Elbows Up Dirt Productions, and we made a little journey today. That's right down here below Winchester, Stevens City area to ARC Racing. That's right, ARC Racing, Roy Anderson's place here, and we come in and we wanted to talk a little bit with him and check out his place and share that with you all. And we also wanted to talk about the 34th Annual Motorsports Flea Market and Swap Meet that'll be happening on November 15th. And right now we're in the I'm going to call it the showroom, the office area right here, and Fred pans around. You can see there's quite an array of racing supplies, some used, some new, for all the racers to come in here and get what they need to get them back out to the track week in and week out. And we're standing here with Roy Anderson himself. Roy obviously is a patriarch of racing and spent his days behind the wheel in that familiar number 300. I see a lot of photos creep up there with Roy in them, and he's never left racing. He's always been strong in it and continued with this, and he's flea market, and you'll see Roy week in and week out at Winchester Speedway with his parts truck there. And Roy, how's things going these days?
Oh, it's doing good. We're doing all right. We're surviving. We're making a living, and I get to keep Mike in a job and my grandson. So I guess when you do that, you can't ask for no more than that.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I tell you, racing obviously is harder than it's ever been economically. We were just talking about that in the shop when we came, and we got cars in here. You're working on them, and you got these guys busy, and they're getting at it and everything. And I tell you, Roy, how long you been here at this establishment right here with ARC?
37 years.
Wow, 37 years you've been here. Like, you've seen a lot of guys come and go through here, haven't you?
I've seen a lot of people come and go. Yes, I have.
Okay, and a lot of these guys have obviously been successful in their racing career.
Most of the people we've dealt with have been very good. Yes, they have. We've been fortunate. We've had a lot of winners and championships, and I mean our own stuff, but our customers has been very, very successful.
Now, Roy, going back in the day, I mentioned that number 300. I see a lot of pictures from back in the day. You spent your times racing a lot of where? Winchester?
Well, we raced at Winchester and Bedford, Potomac, and Hagerstown, and Waynesboro, and went to Elkins quite a few times, and went to Lincoln quite a few times.
Now, when you were racing, you had the shop as well, or that came after your racing career?
Well, when I first started, I actually worked at Coca-Cola for 18 years, and I was driving for Larry Poltz, Cape Bridge, because Sam Nally used to drive for Larry, and then I took over for when Sam decided to depart. And then in '87, I just decided to go in business for myself.
Okay, and going steady, 37 years, here we stand right now. Now, one thing we got laying here, it's coming up, it's right around the corner. It's been very successful for you in the past. It's 34th Annual Motorsports Swap Meet Flea Market to Frederick County Fairgrounds. I've actually been there as a buyer and a seller, both. And talk to me a little bit. That's coming up here real soon, Roy.
Well, when I first did this thing, I mean, a lot of people don't understand, but there's more poor racers than there are rich racers. So everybody's looking to try to find something to save money. And then at the end of the year, everybody's got liquidation they want to get rid of. So I thought, you know what? I mean, up there, I know the Carlisle thing, or it used to be the Silver Spring, was really successful. And I'm like, well, I'll bring one of them down here. And I used to always have mine the week after theirs, but now I moved it back because of Charlotte. But I started doing this thing, and it was unbelievable how many people really started coming because they were getting rid of stuff. People were buying stuff. They call me up, thank me how thankful they are about being able to do this because it saves them money. They can get rid of their inventory in the wintertime, helps them get through the winter. So it just started out as just thinking, well, I'll make a few bucks on this flea market, right? And then it's just kept escalating.
Well, I can tell you, we were there several times in the past as both a seller and a buyer, and I laugh because every time we sold, we brought just as much home we bought, and that's a pretty packed place down there. There's a lot going on down there, and there's a lot of good deals, and you hit the nail on the head. This is Walmart for a lot of racers, that they can go there, and it keeps them going in the game, whether they're selling or whether they're buying.
Right. Yeah, and I'm in portion. I mean, I don't want 200 sellers. I'd rather have 100 sellers and 1,000 buyers because everybody gets to sell, so that's the way I look at it, And then, I'm kind of, maybe I shouldn't be this way, but I'm kind of like, if someone's coming in selling something, for instance, NASCAR stuff, I'll really kind of limit that to like one or two NASCAR people. Or people come in want to sell T-shirts and hats, like the guy that does all of Kyle Hardy stuff, he comes in and sells. I try to limit that down just so don't have so many. That way they do very well. They make money, they give good deals, and then hopefully they'll come back next year because they did well last year.
Yeah, you keep the core of the market, obviously, at parts and sellers right there, and let some of the others come in that are different. Now, it starts at 7 a.m. bright and early on November 15th, the Frederick County Fairgrounds, and they can call, and your seller's fee looks like it's $30 here, and admission's only $3 to get in.
Been that for 14 years.
Wow, that's great. You haven't increased it like that with the economy, and you're truly giving back, obviously, to the racer and the people. Now, they can get a hold of you at these numbers here, and I'm going to put that number out here, 540-877-1568 or 540-877-1599. And that can get somebody registered then by calling that number.
Well, you don't have to register. You just show up today at the flea market, and we're not like a lot of spot meets or a lot of places. You're limited to like a 6x6 or 10x10 or a 12, but we don't do that. You pull in whatever space you need, you utilize it. We just don't get into telling you how much space you got. We want you to be able to put your stuff out so you can sell it.
Yeah, and that's great because you're right. A lot of places you go, you're limited to a little cube right there. And you get outside that cube, somebody's coming down to tell you to get back in it. And that lets a lot of guys bring a lot of things. Guys I've even seen down there bring whole cars down to sell.
Oh my, yeah, oh yeah. There's everything you can think of. I mean, race cars and people's got crush machines and race car trailers and scales and motors and shocks and springs and rear end. If it's anything in the motorsport field, it probably will be there.
Yeah, that's really great. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we're here with Roy Anderson right here, owner ARC Racing. We're having decided, is this more Stephen City in this area? This is okay. So it is Winchester. Up south. Okay, so my apologies. We are in the belt of Winchester, obviously, and we're here at Roy's shop, and we're in the showroom here, and you can see there's a huge assortment of parts. And, you know, hey, I got to appreciate guys that have used parts, you know what I'm saying, because I bought plenty of used parts that lasted longer and sometimes the new ones.
Well, what happened in this business, this guy opens up a shop, and this guy opens up a business. There's so much competition in new stuff that it's tough, you know, to be competitive on price. So me personally, I don't even get into a lot. I mean, we carry some new stuff. Mostly I keep it on my truck. I don't get into that competition. You know, I let people buy. If they feel like they buy from me cheaper, fine. If they buy from someone else cheaper, I mean, that's our priority. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it. And then when it goes back to swap meet, now this is open to anyone. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can bring motorcycles, bicycles. We had a guy down there a couple years ago, had 30 bicycles down there, old bicycles, and actually he got rid of them. And then we got people that come down that sell, like a lot of ladies come in, sell all kinds of stuff that, you know, for Christmas and stuff. But this is open to anybody that wants to come. It don't necessarily have to be a motor sports thing. Just, you know, if you come, you're allowed to sell.
Yeah, so obviously the majority is motorsports, but there's other things, like you said, that you can come in there with and put in the flea market. And who knows, that drives other people in. It's a small world we live in when it comes down to it.
We've had guys have snowmobiles and them water jet skis, and one guy come down there one year and he had an airplane that was just a part of an airplane. It's unbelievable.
An airplane.
Yeah, just a part of an airplane. It's unbelievable. And some guys go buy it and make a toy house out for you, or like a playhouse out for his kids. Yeah. So.
Well, that's pretty nifty. I got to be honest. Yeah, that's real nifty. Now, when we walk through the shop, and we'll head out here in a sec, these guys are hard at it, and we have your grandson, David Kaiser, and Mikey Corbin's out there. And obviously, David has had a super successful year. We were fortunate enough to have him on the show there a month or more back, and he's up in the double-digit wins, and I'm sure you can't be more happier than with that fella.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, that kid works hard. People don't realize how hard he works. When he gets done here, he'll jump on his race car, and he's in here to 9:30, 10, 11 o'clock at night, every single night, and getting his stuff ready. I mean, he works really, really hard on his race car, and that's one reason it's successful. You know, I tell people, you can't take your race car and unload it on Friday and expect you to be successful on Saturday. When they get done racing, like when they get back from Lernersville, if they get back at 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever time they get back from Lernersville, that car will be unloaded and washed within an hour and a half after he's back here. I mean, he's just that dedicated to keep his stuff nice.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's great. That's refreshing to hear, obviously. And I'm sure you will agree with me that races, they're one in the shop, aren't they?
Well, you know, we get cars come in here, and these people, like, their car's not working right. They're not doing this. And we're like, man, you ever think about putting a set of brake pads on it? I mean, I'll show them the brake pads. I'm like, you got to maintain it. You got to do the maintenance on these things. I mean, everybody thinks, like the fans, maybe they possibly think you just come to the racetrack on Saturday night and you race. I mean, it's like a 30-hour work week on a race car if you really want to be competitive.
Yeah, it's a second job.
Well, but you got to love to do it. Yeah. You really got to love it. I mean, we get in here at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm usually in here every night till 8:30, 9 o'clock, every single night, every day, and every Saturday on Sundays. Of course, I just fortunate I got a great wife. I met at the racetrack. She understands and she knows all this racing. She's into racing. Of course, my whole family's into racing. My daughter is a general manager of Winchester Speedway, Holly. My other daughter, which is Heather, she's a scorer and thing, and her husband is Mike Franklin, who races. And then, of course, Holly's husband is David, and her son is David, who races, and her daughter is Haley, who races, and then my wife actually sells tickets at the Speedway.
Oh, I didn't know that. So she works at the Speedway at Winchester as well.
She does, because Greg's a little short on help and stuff because his wife passed away. So she jumps in and helps him down there, you know what I'm saying? And then my sister-in-law, she actually helps score. And then my nephew, which is Jacob Lockhart, he actually is a scorer and a flagman when the original flagman don't get there. So everybody in my family is nothing but racing.
Wow, well, I tell you what, that's pretty neat. That makes it go. It makes it's a piece of life. It's a piece of life, whether they're either racing or being a part of the track like that. And you mentioned Haley. Obviously she's a modified racer, and I even seen her red, and she was in a Legends car there a few weeks back.
She drove one a couple weeks ago. She ran third, done really, really well. Then last week she drove one. Of course, they have so many cars, but she's drove a crate this year. She drove the modified this year, and she drove a Legend. So she's pretty active as far as driving. Yeah,
definitely. Well, I tell you what, let's head out here into the fabrication shop, the garage we'll call it. And like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'm Tom McCardell from Elbows Up Dirt Productions. We're here at ARC Racing in Winchester, Virginia, Roy Anderson's compound. We were just in the showroom. Freddie, there, watch your step. Okay, right now we're standing out here in the garage, the fabrication shop. Assembly, right. And we got a car here we're working on. We got another one here. It looks like there's a good bit of business going on here. A lot of work.
Well, you can only do so much. You can have 12 cars in here, but you can only work on one or two. So we don't try to pile them in here. Like when people come, they'll leave their trailers and stuff back there. Then as we get to them, we'll bring them in and try to get them done.
Well, I tell you, I see a lot, and I mean a lot on Facebook lots of times. It's always rolling one out. It says another one done, rolling one out. I tell you, you see, I hear that these ARC cars, especially all these pure stocks and stuff, they're the top-notch machines to run. They do well. That's a very huge compliment I hear about what you guys do in your operation here.
Well, Mikey builds 99% of these things, and it works him to death. I just bitch all the time. But we do all this ourselves. And now David's working for us has really helped. But normally it was just Mikey and I. It's hard to get all that done. Yeah. It takes about 35 to 40 man hours to actually do a nice body interior on a race car. So you realize that's a whole week going, so you can't do so many.
Yeah, obviously, and you want to do them right, and that's what you've prided yourself on in this business is quality craftsmanship, and that's why people continuously keep coming back here.
Yeah, we've been for it. Like Potter, till he crashed his car, was probably one of the dominant cars around. And then Jason Wilkins, of course, he's won every national so far. That's one of our cars. And Walter Crouch, he's won like 6 in a row at Winchester. He's one of our cars. I mean, we got them pretty much everywhere. And then down Potomac, our guys are doing real good. Up Baps, our guys are doing. I mean, we're really knocking on wood. Our guys are really, really doing very well.
Yeah, that's a true sentiment to the work that you guys are doing here. Now we see young David over here, and I see him smiling there. We're gonna maybe talk to him a second here. Yeah, we got to talk to him, and here he comes. Okay, that's right. Races full-time, works part-time. David, obviously, we had the privilege of having you on the show over a month ago there, and, you've continued to crack out the good finishes and victories. And this weekend, the little birdie told me you're Lernerville bound starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we ain't have very good luck there, but only way to get better is to go back. So hopefully we have a good finish. I mean, we got the car for sale, so hopefully we get a good finish and sell that.
Yeah, I've seen it's up for sale, obviously, and the year's been incredible for you. I'm sure it's built a lot of confidence in Almost Home Motorsports and everything that's going on there. And going out to Lernerville, obviously, that's some of the best in the business are out there, and that makes you even run harder and really get up on the wheel, so to speak. But I can imagine you're looking forward to that and looking ahead at next year. Are we back into crates again next year?
Most likely, we might be up to limits. Maybe this depends on how a deal works out. But 90% of the time, we'll be in a crate. So hopefully, it's just as good as this year.
I gotcha. Now, Roy, your grandfather here says, you're a full-time racer and a part-time employee. I like that. And you're in here day in and day out helping make this business move along and grow. And it looks like it's a happening place. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. If we ain't working on my car, I'm working on somebody else's car. So there's always something in here to do. So and then we got Mikey. He teaches me everything. If it ain't my granddad teach me, it's Mikey teach me. So Mikey's definitely the one behind all of this.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to talk to that guy over there, Mikey Corbin. Now, at first he said nobody likes me. I might hurt your views, but I doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I doubt that. And Fred, get a view here. Looking in here once again. This is ARC Racing, and they got a lot going on here. They're assembling, getting the car finished up here. They've been working on. It's beautiful race cars, beautiful. And I believe this race car it go to Charlotte, correct?
Yeah. I think it's end of November, end of October, start of November, I think. That's when it is. November 1st, I think. Something like that.
Okay. Looks like you guys got a lot of time in this machine right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's been here for the last 2 weeks. Last week it was here for a day. We put it together, then it left for 3 days, and it was back here Sunday. So then now we should be finished up beginning next week.
Okay. Well, I tell you, you got a great teacher too here as well with your granddad, Roy. Obviously, he's no stranger to victory lanes, been highly successful in his racing career. So I'm sure he passes a lot of that knowledge down to you or gives you a little ribbon now and then about things.
Oh, yeah. If I definitely do something wrong, he definitely tells me. So, no, it just having people behind it to teach you is definitely a good part about this racing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I tell you what, David Kaiser, we wish you the best of luck heading out to Lernerville, for the big show out there. Both nights, correct? Friday and Saturday. And, man, I tell you what, like I said, I can't tell you enough what a great season. You got to feel good at night. But just like your granddad said, and I know this from other people, you put a lot of time and effort, not only just working here, but into your own racing late into the evening. And that's what it takes, the dedication right there.
Yeah, everything starts here. So everything starts here in the shop. So if you ain't working on something, you better be working on your race car. So
I like that. There you have it. If you ain't working on something, you better be working on your race car. Well, we wish you the best of luck, David Kaiser, this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, there you have it. We'll head over here and talk to Mikey Corbin.
As you can see, Tom, all these things around here.
Yeah.
This is my son-in-law's and David's and Mikey's. It's just a few of them mine. Everything else is theirs. So they've accomplished a lot in their racing. All of them have.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. There's a lot of cardboard checks and hanging up here, and that's a lot to be said for it. A lot to be said. Well, let's talk to Mikey Corbin here, and I haven't seen this guy for a hot minute. And well, Mikey, what's going on? Looks like you're hard at it here. You know what I'm saying?
Just building race cars, trying to keep everybody on the track.
Yeah, well, I tell you, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. So, obviously, you run that familiar number 25, that modified, and I've obviously had a privilege to watch you race a lot, and you've done very well. Things come along right there, and you're here pretty much full time, keeping this thing going with Roy and David and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we do is work on them and race them. I mean, that's our life, that's what we do.
It never stops, does it? 365 days a year, 7 days a week, practically.
Yeah, 7 days a week for sure, without a doubt.
Now, tell me a little bit about your season and where you're going here, starting looking into next year.
We'll probably just do the same thing, run like Winchester. Or I heard a lot of tracks were cutting modified, so we'll just go wherever we can go, and mostly Winchester, though.
Okay, yeah, you've been successful there. Obviously, you carry the Ernie D's sponsor on that machine, and seems like you got a pretty good support and race team and knowledgeable, and that just leaves it to the driver, right? The guy right here to make it happen.
No pressure, right? No pressure. No, I couldn't do it without Ernie, Connie, Roy, I mean, everybody helps me out. It takes everybody, you know. So we just ride this horse as long as we can, basically, and when it ends, we'll be done.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. You ride it, ride the wave, and you keep riding it right there. Well, I tell you, looking here, obviously you're doing fabrication, and I think young man David over there said you teach him a lot right there about, how these putting these cars together and all different cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him to teach me how to drive a little bit better though, because he's won a lot more than I have this year. But no, he's a good help.
I tell you, he's had a good season too, huh? He has had a good season this year.
Phenomenal season. As long as it doesn't spoil him, you get those good seasons, and next year you might not hit your ass.
Well, right. Then you got it. That's it. There's a lot of times. There's a lot of downs more than there is ups in racing. Once again, you ride that high time out right now, doing what he's doing.
Exactly. I mean, outhouse or penthouse, it can be either way, So, I mean, like you said, especially, I mean, he's had a great year. Great year. A lot of people don't win that many races in their whole career. He wins them in 1 year, so he's done very well.
Well, he's added some cardboard checks up here, along with some I see your name, a pile of them here with your name on it. And this racing thing, it's not just something you started yesterday. You've been around the business for quite a bit.
Yeah, a long time. There's old checks. I don't have too many new ones. I got to take my old ones down, put his new ones up.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm sure you'll put some new ones up there for your collection. Well, I tell you, Mikey, it's great to talk to you. We wish you the best of luck. You do beautiful work here.
Thank you. I got to get work, and Roy's going to get on me.
Yeah, right. I don't want to get you in trouble. That was your break. Once again, this is Tommy Cardell from Elbows Up Dirt Productions. We're here at ARC Racing in the Winchester. We're now in the assembly part of the assembly area of the shop here. We've had the chance to talk to Roy, a veteran of the motorsports, and he raced himself back in the day and very successful. And we talked a little bit about the swap meet, the flea market swap meet coming up. And once again, that's November 15th on a Saturday at 7 a.m. bright and early at the Frederick Fairgrounds.
Yep, Frederick County Fairgrounds, so Route 11 North.
Okay. We've been there before. I have, and it's a great show. So come on out, and boy, there's something there for everybody, like you said.
Right, and if you want to, I'll take you tour the rest of my garage here. Like I said, it's nothing fancy.
Yeah, we'll walk through here. You lead the way, Fred. He's behind me on the camera here, and we'll head back through here.
This up here, this is just where we keep all of our aluminum and stuff like that. I store all my tires during racing season, and then.
Okay.
Just a room where we use the crush machines and the shock dyno and the spring smasher and all that stuff in here.
Okay, Fred, let Fred take a look there. So, yeah, we're in here, obviously smashing shocks. That's a super important. Look at these old cutouts right here, Roy. The 300, Roy Anderson. That's a lot of memories there, isn't it?
That's quite a few, yes.
Okay, good deal. So you got a lot going up here. Obviously, sheet metal's up here. They store everything. There's a break right here, and this shop's a little bit bigger. It's deceiving from the outside. It really is. It's got a lot of rooms in here with a lot of storage and work areas.
Especially when you got to heat it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And we just put air conditioning in because them guys, they all just cried because we didn't have air conditioning. So we finally put central air in.
Well, there you go. There's a lot of crying I hear going up front there about the heat, right? Okay, so what do we got going on back here, Roy?
That's where we actually build the cars off the Jeep here. And this is a Ford being built for Bedford Speedway. It's a street stock.
Okay, so back here, fabrication.
Then we have a room back here. This is just where we store all of our aluminum, our steel and stuff.
Okay, so we'll take a look at here.
That's where we just keep all of our tubing and all of our material and stuff to build cars.
Okay, so that keeps you clean in here to where you're able to work and keep stuff stored.
Oh, yeah, because you need space, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. So this car right here, it's a Ford. You say it's going to be Bedford Race?
Yeah, that's going to be a Bedford semi-late.
Okay. Wow. This is great. So, man, I tell you what, Roy, you got yourself quite an operation here. You look at when you started out, I'm sure this thing is went 10 times since you got involved in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not big. I mean, we're not big like a lot of people are. We're just little here, But the more you get, the more employees you got, the more overhead you got, the more you got to charge. So we're fortunate we can keep our price down because we don't have that problem of a lot of inventory and a lot of overhead. And all the place belongs to me, and so we can do stuff a lot cheaper than what a lot of people can.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You can hand down a better price for a lot of racers, and we know racers are always looking for better prices. This stuff isn't cheap.
Oh no, racing's gotten so far out of hand. It's terrible. I mean, it really has. It's hard. I mean, I just can't believe where the future will go in racing.
Yeah, you're right about that. 100%. We talk about that a lot in the show. Well, I tell you what, Roy, we appreciate you letting us come down here and
Problem. I'm glad you came.
yeah, and checking out your shop. And once again, this is ARC Racing. This is Roy Anderson, owner here, and we're in Winchester, Virginia. And man, any racing needs anybody has it. You don't have to be down here in Virginia. You can be up in Pennsylvania, Maryland. You come down here.
We just sent one car to Florida last week. Matter of fact, his first night out he won, second night out he runs second, or vice versa. First night out he runs second, and then the second night out he won. And then we got one in Vermont. We got one in New York. We got one in Ohio. And we got a lot of places, you know.
Well, that speaks a lot. That speaks volumes, Roy. And once again, November 15th is the Swap Mean Fleet Market to Frederick County Fairgrounds, and 7 a.m. Come on out to that. And like I said, come on down. You need racing parts, any supplies, fabrication work, come see Roy. These guys, all three of these fellows, at any given time, they'll take care of you.
We sure will.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm Tommy Gardell from Elbows Up Dirt Productions. I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock. The House of Dirt goes live with two guests, Sean Jones, driver of the 32J, and Justin Weaver in the 2J. It's going to be a great show, so tune on in at 8 o'clock. Till then, take care. We'll see you, and get out and support your local racetracks. Thank you.